First it was Costco, then it was Sam's Club. Now you're hearing about Target and Walmart pulling Xbox products off of the shelves, and now it looks like Xbox is probably going to be out of every brick and mortar store that you can imagine outside of your mom and pops, your mom and pop retro game store or your Game Stops or stores like that. So I got a quick question, and I want to give you my thoughts and opinions about it. I want to know about hear about yours in the comments as well. Is it time to collect for this console, the Xbox Series, even Xbox One? Would this be a great time to collect for them? Now, for me, you can see like right over my shoulder over here, I do have a list of Xbox One, Xbox Series games, along with all my other Xbox stuff that's on that side. The opposite side over here has my PlayStation stuff. But I do believe, in my gut feeling, at some point, especially once we know what the next console is going to be like for the Xbox, we may have a situation here where this stuff may have some weight to it, may have some value to it. When even though some of these games don't have all the data on the disc, they still may have something because I've been feeling for the last year or so that this may be the last console or last traditional console for the Xbox, and it looks like that may be the case going forward. So I've been looking at people on the internet, Shinobi 602, some other places that's on X, saying that hey, there's nothing in the stores anymore. They're pulling the Xbox stuff off the shelves. And like, where are you going to buy any of these products if you want them? If you're a collector, if you're the type of person that wants these type of devices, where are you going to get them from? Well, I'm almost certain that GameStop is going to be trying to push the Xbox onto people, because not because they like Xbox. I mean, you know, GameStop just want a profit. That's all what it is at the end of the day. So you're going to be able to still find one out in the wild. I don't know if the price will go up on them even more, because like right now, Microsoft even inflated the prices of the Xbox, where you can get like this one right here, the one I have right here. You buy that brand new, it's like $649 right now. So once this stuff is out of the stores, I would not be surprised if the secondhand market tried to inflate some of this stuff. Like I said, some of these games, they may not have all the data on the disc. Some of the games may not have any data on the disc. So those games, I don't see those carrying any weight. But some of these ones that do have them, I can see some of this stuff actually being a thing where the prices on these games will go up. And I'm already in the ecosystem that I do still buy physical games, and even for the Xbox Series, a PlayStation 5, and so on and so forth. With this generation where everything is pretty much like digital, I still go out my way for the most part to buy physical copies of these games, because I'm one of the types that I don't want anything to happen to my collection. Like, say for instance, if I do have all my stuff on this console, and just say for instance, the hard drive goes out or something, or you lose your digital library or whatever the case may be, you know I don't never have to go back to trying to find these games on a server to download them again. Like most of these games that are still physical, I try to pick up, every single time. I'd rather have a room like this full of my stuff that I purchased than to have, just stuff that's on a console and God knows what may happen on their end or my end. I just don't want to deal with that. But with that being said, I do feel like what Xbox is doing is probably giving you a sign that the next console may not be anywhere in this format. I don't see them pulling all of this stuff, getting rid of all this stuff off the shelves, and then come back next time with the same type of console. There's already been rumblings out there saying that it may be a PC console hybrid, maybe it be even somewhat of a pre-built console, or a pre-built PC to where it's just like a computer that just use controllers. I don't know what they're planning on doing, but the way I look at it is like, I do believe that Xbox is not going to be in the same space that they were with the Xbox Series X. I don't think, as a matter of fact, I think there'll probably be more of an Xbox Series S than an X with no optical drive, and all of these physical games will go by the wayside. And that's why I say, like, these physical games now, they may carry some weight going down the road because of stuff like this. Now, do I know for certain? No, I don't know for certain because I mean, no, who knows the future, right? But I'm leaning on that side because I lean on future preservation, and I lean on having my own stuff that I know that no matter what happens, I will still have access to play said game. And and before I get out of here, I will say this. I do feel like it's very unfortunate that Xbox is going this route, and now you basically just have Sony out there as the traditional console, and I feel like that's going to be an issue with competition. Sony could get lazy. Sony could even jack up their prices because they're the only traditional console in town. I don't necessarily say Nintendo is that console because they just don't come across as a traditional console anymore. So it's just like just Sony out there, and it is what it is. Do I think Xbox made some mistakes? Yeah, but at the same time, and I'm gonna be a little bit of a contrarian to this because I look at it from a different lens. I don't think Xbox necessarily feel like they are making a bad decision because they have made a profit for the most part. I think the only thing they really lost on was the fact they lost sales from Call of Duty. I think that's the only thing and that's one of the reasons why everything is the way it is now because they lost money on Call of Duty sales because I think Game Pass members used it to the point where Xbox lost $300 million or something like that in sales, or 300 billion, something like that. They lost a lot of money in sales, so they trying to recoup that back along with the Activision deal, and so they are profitable. I just think they're just being extremely greedy, and it's to the point where we as customers aren't getting the satisfaction of having a full-fledged console, and we're not getting good prices or deals or value to the things that we want and what we want to play. So I'm sitting here with this Xbox right here, and I got my PS5 next to it, and I just don't really look at myself playing this as much. I just mostly just play on my PC now. And that's just what I do. I just play on my PC, and I'll play some of my consoles every now and then. I mean, like I was just playing Fatal Frame 2 on the PS3, PS2 Classic. But as far as modern gaming, I mean, for the most part, this thing is just sitting there, or I'll play older Xbox One title that I didn't finish. But as far as going forward, I don't know how far I'm gonna go along with just having the Xbox around to actually play. But as far as collecting, it might be a good time to collect. Maybe I'll come back to it at some point and say, hey, I'll jump on it. But I just don't. I just look at it like it's just another console now. It's not nothing special. It never was anything special. But the potential was there, but it's not there anymore, and it's really unfortunate. But we'll see how things go going forward because I do think that they're going to come out with another console, but it's going to PC. It's going to be kind of like a PC. So, and I think they don't have any. I don't think it's going to be any physical copies of games at all. I think when you really look at the physical side of things, you probably want to jump in it if you're a collector because that'd be a really good time to do so. But I don't want to ramble on that much more longer. Hopefully, you guys will continue to check out the rest of the content here. Follow me on all the links down in the description. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all take it easy, and I'm out. Peace.